Welcome back to Heart with me, Shakti Sundari. Now we're going to be speaking to Australia's expert on the Jade Egg practice, Justina Casuarina. Welcome, Justina. Really wonderful to have you here and to be speaking with you. So, I've heard that you are Australia's expert on the Jade Egg and Jade Egg practice. How did you get to be that?
Well, I think a number of people have done the rounds and been to many of the people that are teachers of the egg around Australia, and I come from a background of studying and working very closely with the world leading master of the modern Jade Egg movement, Dr Saida Desalts. So for the best part of the last decade, I've been doing that with her, and I guess there's a difference between a teacher of the Jade Egg who has read a book or maybe done a couple of workshops, and one who's actually journeyed for a number of years, working with the practices, refining them within her body, guiding other women, and continuing to study and tweak her practice. And that's the path that I've been on, and I've always had my beautiful teacher to go to if I come across anything within myself or anything that my students come up against that I can't answer. So I've always had that support, and my students really feel that support from me, because this really is a practice that's very important to feel like you have a safety net, you have someone to go to if something comes up that's a little bit something you maybe weren't expecting, or even something fabulous to celebrate. Yeah.
So what is a Jade Egg, and what do I do with it?
So here I have one of the Canadian nephrite Jade Eggs that I provide. Now these are genuine certified pure nephrite jade. This is the size that I work with. There's different sizes of different eggs out on the market. I only recommend the medium size. It doesn't matter how many babies a woman's had or not. Every woman can work well with that. And we work intravaginally with the Jade Egg, but women can actually do the practices without inserting an egg. And there's a whole body of work that goes with it. So out there, let's say there's a bit of a fast food egg industry popping up. Yoni eggs this and get your packet of different types of eggs, and that's not where I come from. That's not what I'm an advocate for. I'm an advocate of sourcing the highest, best quality for women's most intimate, sacred spaces, and them using just that. And this particular egg is the only one that I would recommend, mainly because its fibers are very strongly woven, so it's non-porous, which means it's not going to soak up blood and liquids, fluids, and create bacteria. Whereas most crystals are porous, so they're going to do that. So I advise anyone listening and watching to really, be very mindful and cautious where they're sourcing their jade eggs from, or yoni eggs. I only recommend jade to start with because it's very clearing and healing. It's gentle yet powerful at the same time, and cleansing. And you have to be careful of dyes and waxes, chemicals that can be used in other eggs, and I know where these come from, so I know that they're safe, and if they're dropped, they're not going to chip. Sorry.
So just to come back on that. So I've seen on lots of websites that you can buy eggs that are made of different crystals. Is there a reason not to do that? Do you only recommend to work with jade?
What I'm saying is that I only advocate for women working with the purest form that women's health and safety when working with their pelvic and sexual health is of utmost importance to me. I feel very responsible for that, and as a guide I only want to walk women down that path. And different crystals, as we know, hold different properties. And traditionally, this is a practice that dates back to ancient Taoist Chinese lineage. And of course, they worked with the jade, you know, the lovers of the jade. So I choose to continue on that path, that lineage, as well as I've roughly distributed a bit over 1,000 of these throughout Australia, this particular size and this particular stone. And I've never had any return, I've never had any complaints. And I know that tens of thousands of them have been distributed worldwide with the same. Yeah, so I just stick to that one, knowing that it's high quality.
If I'm a woman who's never heard of this practice before or seen one of these before,
yeah,
why should I use one? What does it do?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, well, there's 5 main areas it works with sort of women's awareness, their sensitivity, their suppleness, dexterity, and tone, muscle tone. So we're working with, creating more tone and suppleness, so we can actually not just contract the muscles but learn to relax them, open. Dexterity is where, like, we talk about fingers being dexterous, so we talk of being able to play the flute with our vaginas on our beloveds. So in actual fact, you can learn to articulate the different pelvic muscles to create that type of sensation. We learn more.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, you want to stick with that point. That's a good point. Yeah.
So you can play the flute on your lover's lingam.
Yes, you could if you wanted to, or you can just practice within yourself. Yeah. Yeah, so in creating, so obviously that's that brings more fabulous sensations to your lover as well as yourself. Just creating more awareness within the woman herself and more sensitivity to what's happening within her body. We're really bringing, I guess it's a self-love tool essentially, and a feminine embodiment tool. So for me, it really brings us back home to ourselves. And women so some of the main areas you can benefit from working with the Jade Egg is healing from childbirth, one of the best tools from healing after childbirth. It's also a tool that can assist to train the muscles to actually give birth, which is pretty exciting because there's nothing else that I know of that can do that. It helps a woman to learn about the pushing. It can assist women to, and this isn't the egg itself, it's the body of work. So I'm differentiating between the two because I think that's important, because the eggs are being sold out in the mainstream as it will do all these things, but actually it's the body of work. If you work with the teachings, you know, the breast care, the ovarian, kidney, adrenal health care, in conjunction with the egg, then we can help to balance our hormones, clear PMT, assist women to transition the perimenopausal, menopausal and postmenopausal phases with more grace and ease.
So how does the Jade Egg help a woman balance the hormones, and how does it work with a lady who's postmenopausal?
Definitely the Jade Egg will help to reinvigorate the cells and the tissues and to assist in thickening the vaginal walls again and activating the glands to elicit more lubrication and juiciness in the vagina. So these things are definitely going to benefit her, as well as integrating a healthy breast massage, kidney and ovarian practice. These would all help, definitely.
Are those all part of the Taoist practice that you were talking about?
I'm sorry?
Part of the Taoist practice?
Yeah. So essentially, the lineage that I come from is from that traditional ancient Taoist lineage, but that was originally developed, to my understanding, and presented by men. And then my teacher then, practiced and developed it further, recognized what bits felt weird in a woman's body, and so it's now being presented from a feminine perspective for contemporary women. And I feel I bring another element in being a mother as well. Yep, I've been a sole parent for quite a number of years with 2 children, so these practices have really served me
How have they helped you as a mum?
incredibly well. Well, I think that keeping myself feeling juicy and enlivened and activated as a sensual sexual woman is very important anyway, but particularly for a woman who doesn't have a regular partner and feels at times, wow, am I just here serving the children all the time? As much as I adore my children, any mother would know, it can, with or without support, it can get quite overwhelming. So for me, they've assisted to help me keep enlivened and feeling my feminine vitality pulsing through me. And also, some of the practices are very grounding, very centering, and that's helped me through those really hard times to just keep coming back to the body, back to my center, back to groundedness and balance.
Gosh, so many benefits and so much, and we've just touched.
Yeah,
We've just touched
just
on
a
it.
little.
So, if we want to find out more, how do we reach you?
Yeah, it's quite easy. Just go to femininevitality.com and they can fire me off an email. They can have a read of the different bits and pieces of information that are on the site, see what events are happening perhaps in their area, or if I'm not in an area that they'd love an event, perhaps they might want to organise one. I'm open to that. Women can also organise Skype private sessions or come and see me one-on-one for those women who find it hard to access a in-person live training, or perhaps they're not feeling as comfortable in a group setting. It's always a great way to learn, and the best way to learn is in actual fact in person. Because when you work with a woman who has embodied the practices and the teachings, there's limbic resonance that happens. So this is a powerful way to learn indeed. And I have also, eggs and books and CDs that are fabulous tools to support women in their practice, whether they come see me or choose to do some exploration solo.
Thank you so much, Justina. It's been wonderful to hear just a little bit about your expertise around the Jade Egg.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you all for watching. Join me next time.